Journal Trust here. In this video, I'm going to provide a breakdown of every level of wealth, challenges people face at each stage of the wealth progression, how income ranges correlate with each wealth level in different regions. Okay, but before I proceed, hit that subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate you. So wealth can be categorized into distinct levels, each representing a different financial reality, lifestyle, and degree of economic security. So here's a comprehensive breakdown from the lowest to the highest levels based on recent analysis and commentary, right? Number one, we have poverty, struggle to meet basic needs, food, shelter, healthcare. There's financial insecurity that is constant, little to no assets or savings. The next level is the working poor, which is slightly above poverty, but still living paycheck to paycheck. Basic needs are met, but emergencies can cause financial crisis. There's the lower middle class, which is stable employment with modest income, can recover, or can cover essentials, but have limited savings and are vulnerable to unexpected expenses. They often carry significant debt like student loans, car payments, etc. Next level, we have the middle class, median income for the region, relatively financial stability. They own homes, often with mortgages, maintain some savings, and can afford occasional non-essential spending. Debts are manageable, typically tied to mortgages or car loans. Dual incomes are common, and education is valued as a path, to mobility. Next level we have is the upper middle class, the top 20% of earners, but below the top 5%. High financial comfort, substantial retirement savings, home equity, and investments. There's professional or managerial careers, advanced degrees, and ability to afford high quality healthcare and education. The next level we have is affluent, top 10% of wealth spectrum, net worth, starting at around 1 million. Multiple properties, luxury consumption, and significant investment income. Focus, on shifts to wealth preservation and growth. We have wealthy, top 5%, net worth typically 5 to 10 million. Investment returns may exceed employment income. Multiple luxury assets, sophisticated financial planning, and philanthropic activities. The next level is the very wealthy / high net worth, top 1%, net worth 10 to 30 million. Work becomes optional. Investment income supports lifestyle. Access to exclusive financial services and global assets. Next level is the ultra high net worth, the top 0.1%. Net worth exceeding 30 million. Wealth management involves family offices and teams of professionals. Ownership of multiple luxury residences, private jets, yachts, and significant philanthropic initiatives. 10, we have billionaires, right? Net worth of over 1 billion, fewer than 3,000 of those globally. They have extraordinary economic power and influence, often owning major companies or vast portfolios. Philanthropy and legacy building become central. We have multi-billionaires, net worth over 10 billion, fewer than 500 globally. They have influence rivals that are of nations, manage global companies and foundations. Wealth used to shape markets and fund large-scale initiatives. We have the centi-billionaires next, net worth exceeding 100 billion, fewer than 15 globally. Wealth exceeds the GDP of many countries, focus on legacy, innovation, and global impact through philanthropy and business. Now, let's get into the challenges that each of these face, right? As far as the stage of wealth progression. So in regards to poverty and working poor, there is limited access to quality education and financial resources, difficulty building savings or assets leading to a cycle of scarcity. The lower middle class experiences rising cost of living outpaces income growth, making it hard to save or invest. High debt burdens like student loans, credit cards, etc. Difficulty affording home ownership due to market pressures. Financial goals often misaligned between partners or family members. Now, the middle class experience managing debt while trying to build savings and invest for retirement. There's the lifestyle creep, right? Increased spending as income rises, making it hard to accumulate wealth. balancing competing priorities like children's education, aging parents, personal retirement. There's a vulnerability to unexpected expenses like job loss, health issues, etc. The upper middle class experience risk aversion, the fear of losing newly gained security that can limit investment and career opportunities, the pressure to maintain or elevate lifestyle, keeping up with the Joneses, challenges in finding trustworthy financial advisors as wealth grows. Now, the affluent and wealthy have typically a scarcity mindset that may persist, leading to fear of spending or taking risks despite substantial assets. There's judgment or resentment from peers and old friends, leading to social isolation or guilt. There's difficulty finding meaning and motivation beyond financial success. There's trust issues like increased attention from financial advisors and others seeking to profit from their wealth. The very wealthy and high net worth, the goalposts keep moving. Satisfaction can be elusive as desires and targets continually rise. Loneliness and difficulty forming authentic relationships as wealth can create barriers or suspicions. There's family dynamics, managing expectations and potential conflicts over inheritance or successions. There's ultra high net worth and billionaires that experience complexity in managing, preserving, and transferring wealth across generations. There's a lack of transparency and communication about wealth that can foster distrust and poor financial literacy among heirs. There's psychological challenges for inheritors, so finding purpose, developing a positive wealth identity, and avoiding destructive behaviors. Social responsibility is next, like pressure to use wealth for philanthropy or broader impact, which can be both an opportunity and a burden. Now, let's get into other things, right? So here are some key themes across the stages. You have scarcity versus abundance mindset. The early stages are marked by scarcity and fear, while later stages may struggle with risk aversion, guilt, or the pressure to find purpose. Lifestyle creep, we talked about that. As wealth increases, so do expectations and spending, making it hard to feel satisfied or secure. There's family and social dynamics, so wealth can strain relationships both within families, whether it's inheritance, succession, etc., and with friends or the broader community. There's complexity and responsibility, so higher levels of wealth bring more complex financial management and greater responsibility to future generations and society. Now we're going to break this down into regions. So United States, wealth and income tiers. You have the lower wealth tier. Households with less than $41,700 in wealth typically fall into lower income brackets. However, within this tier, there are significant variations by race and ethnicity. For example, in 2021, lower income white households had a median net worth of $55,400, while black households had only $2,700 and Hispanic households had $12,100. The middle wealth tier, you have the middle income households show a wide range of wealth. In 2021, median net worth for middle income Asian households was $309,000. White households was $255,100. Hispanic households was $100,800, and black households were $74,400. The upper wealth tier, households with wealth above $667,500 are considered upper tier. The median net worth for upper income Asian households was $1.1 million. White households was $923,300. Hispanic households was $350,000, and black households was $285,000. There are regional differences in the US, so the West and Northeast regions have higher median household incomes and wealth compared to the Midwest and South. Wealth gaps between regions have intensified over time, with the wealthiest areas like San Jose, San Francisco, etc. pulling the further ahead of average regions in 2020. So these top regions, were 5 standard deviations above the mean for wealth compared to 4 in 1960. Within regions, wealth inequality has also increased, particularly in the Midwest and South. There is global context, so advanced economies, whether it's US, Canada, Western Europe, etc., generally have higher median incomes and wealth, but also display persistent wealth and income inequality. Latin America and Africa have the highest income, inequality, the Gini index, with lower average incomes and wealth. East Asia and Pacific regions have moderate income and wealth levels with significant internal disparities. There are racial and ethnic wealth gaps. So wealth gaps persist within the same income tiers. For example, in the US, lower income white households had about 21 times the wealth of lower income black households in 2021. Even among upper income households, white and Asian households typically have 2 or 3 times the wealth of black and Hispanic households. These disparities are influenced by historical, educational, and demographic factors such as inheritance patterns, age, and immigration status. So that's what I have here today. Please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and like button. If you appreciate this video and you want more content like this, please let me know that by hitting that subscribe button and like button. Also hit that notification bell so you are alerted when I upload new videos. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe and see you on the next video.